Thank you, Vern. Cactus League games finally underway for both the A's and the Giants. A lot more question marks on the Giants roster than the Oakland A's. Only one position to fill, that's second base.
There is an unmistakable vibe in Mesa, Arizona, an aura of confidence, of belonging in the World Series conversation. But the word most associated with this team, stability. For once, the A's roster is rock solid. The gang's all here, and they are ready to take the next step.
Since I've been here, this is the least amount of turnover that we've ever had.
It's just like picking up where we left off.
The A's starting rotation could be among the best in baseball. Sean Manaea is healthy. Frankie Montas' suspension is in the rear-view mirror. Mike Fiers was 15-4 last year, and the prospects, A.J. Puck and Jesus Luzardo, seem poised to shed the label of prospects.
Oh yeah, World Series, World's first for sure. I mean, everybody believes it. There's no reason why we can't. So, hell yeah.
Everyone, has worked real hard this off season, and everyone's just real excited to get the season going and just, let everyone show that the work that you put in show on the field. So,
if the pitching staff is not imposing, the other 8 guys on the field certainly are. They hit for power. They play Gold Glove defense. Chapman, Olsen, and Semien combined for 105 home runs in 2019.
Our MO the past few years has been, we don't rely on one guy to provide runs for us every game, and I think it's going to be the same thing this year.
I think all around the infield we're going to be solid, and we have the potential to be, one of the best defenses in baseball again.
It makes me want to elevate my game, and I feel like everybody on this team feels the same way. We've got guys that put up some great defensive numbers, won awards.
There are questions on this team. Oakland led the majors with 30 blown saves. And who's on second? Franklin Barreto, who came over in the Josh Donaldson trade, seems to have the inside track. But there are 5 players in the mix in the most hotly contested job in camp.
I think it's going to be a healthy competition between a couple of guys out here, and we got in some good work today. So I'm excited. I think that there's opportunity there, and I hope it works out.
After back-to-back wild-card exits, this is the A's best chance. Even 2 former A's world champions agree.
This year they should be able to find a way to get over that hump and do other things to get further in the league.
Sitting alongside is A's skipper Bob Melvin, and I get camp today, interviewed Steve Stewart and Ricky Henderson. What does it mean to have them in camp?
For so many reasons, these guys resonate with our players. Ricky's been around our minor leagues some and knows the younger guys coming up. They're Bay Area guys. They understand the connection between Oakland and our team. They grew up in the area. They played for the A's. They're some of the great players of all time. So it would be remiss for us not to try to get these guys to camp, and our players love having them around.
Do the players recognize or understand their history?
They do. If they don't, then they hear from me. Ricky Henderson, Dave Stewart are pretty easy ones. But yes, they absolutely do, and both make themselves, for guys that you feel like are kind of unapproachable, they're really as approachable as anybody, and they just wanted to give back and love Oakland.
The word that comes to mind when I get to camp is a rare word in recent Oakland history, and that is stability. Not a lot of roster turnover. What does that mean for you managing this team, and what does it mean for the team's success?
Well, it means that we're good, because when we try to keep groups together, it means there's a window for us to win, and I think Billy and David understand that as well as anybody. And on top of that, it's also, we have more guys from our system now, and it's one thing to be a free agent and a 1-year free agent looking to put up numbers and go somewhere else. Our guys take pride in coming up through the system and being here, and I think there's certainly value in that. And now you're seeing, pitchers from our organization, whether, I know Luzardo wasn't, we weren't drafted, but he's been here a while now, A.J. Puck. Sean Manaea has been here a while now, too, and Frankie Montas has been here for a while now, too. So, we have a lot of guys that really take a lot of pride in being an Oakland A.
Marcus, and in recent past he's had struggles. Why he improved so much defensively?
Work. It's his work, and it's his. He's a very confident guy, so it's tougher to get him down. but he insulates in his work ethic, and that's the way it is on our team now. You know, it's Matt Chapman pushing him pushing Matt Chapman, Matt Olson. These guys take a lot of pride in defense, where maybe it wasn't as important for us in years past. Now, when you run a team out there, and like we are right now defensively, you don't have to win games offensively all the time. And you know, as good as these guys are, they're going to continue to get better, and they'll make everybody in our organization understand this is how you work, and this is how you get to the big leagues.
2 straight 97-win seasons, 2 straight wild card appearances. How do you put foot through the door?
Well, I you know what, third time's a charm from is kind of what I was explaining today too. You know, we've been there, we had the experience with it. You know, if we have to play another wild card game, we'll embrace it. But I think the focus this year is try to win the division, and you know, not that it hasn't been the focus for a while. We've been, you know, up against a team that's been pretty good, that wins 100+ games every year. Now it's our turn to try to go after 100+ and try to get in there a different way.
I know you've talked about this, but how do you make sure the Houston scandal does not become a distraction for your organization?
I don't think it will. I mean, we take pride in playing the game the right way. We know that we do, and you know, to look around the league and look at some of the teams that are being talked about and look at their numbers, we know that you know, every one of those 97 wins was done the right way, and I think our guys are proud of that.
And Mike has a good head on his shoulders. He seems like he can handle whatever coming.
Yeah, I mean, regardless. I mean, then now you just go play baseball, and you know, there's certain distractions that you have to deal with regardless in baseball, and you know, you get used to an extent. This is a little different type of thing, but he's going to do his work when he needs to, and you know, he said what he's needed to said. Now he just wants to play baseball.
Okay, Bob, you've managed some great teams. Is this your best team? And the bar is changed here in Oakland.
If I say yes, I'm going to get a call from Josh Donaldson probably about 15 minutes after I leave here right now. There's a lot of similarities between the DMC team with the Donaldson-Moss Cespedes teams. You know, now it's Olson and Simeon and Chapman and you name it. You know, we have Piscotty and Canna, and we're probably a little bit deeper at this point with this team. You know, we have high-end pitching at this point in time. I love this team, but I'm just not going to go out there and say that because I know, like I said, I know Josh Donaldson will be calling me soon.